Colby.
And I'm Clem Fandango. You can call me.
Yes, I can hear you, Clem Fandango. God, Fee just showed me a Matt Berry compilation yesterday, and now the only thing I can think about is Clem Fandango.
Can you hear me, Clem Fandango? I love that. But Matt Berry is one of those actors that can do no wrong. I think he's like always wholesome. I don't want to jinx him. He's like real wholesome. He's real funny. He has that style of like acting that like I don't know resonates with everyone. Just the way he talks, I think it's his voice.
Yeah,
it's his voice really.
Yeah, it's he's got a really good accent. He's got a good inflection. Like he knows how to talk. He knows how to be like smarmy and really confident. I don't know that he could. Like I don't know. I don't want to say he couldn't play somebody who's like. I don't know. He could. He probably couldn't be Spider-Man, right? He could be Spider-Man for Spider-Man 3, like after the emo haircut, but not beforehand.
No.
But
I think he couldn't be like Spider. I don't think he could be a superhero like a main guy. He could be a sidekick, or he could be I think he could play a real good villain. I feel like he has it in him.
The thing is, like the character that Matt Berry plays, like publicly, on stage and film, he's it's big enough that it encompasses a bunch of different types of guys, and so I don't think he needs to like do a Daniel Day-Lewis and like disappear into the character, or like a Gary Oldman where you're like, oh fuck, is that Gary Oldman? Damn, I forgot he was in this movie. He's so good. I forgot. But every time Matt Berry is in a thing, you're like, yes, it's Matt Berry. Fuck yeah.
I think he's like one of those people where you could put in top billing and people will come to see it just for Matt Berry.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think him, like specifically for like comedy people nowadays, like him, like Jack Black, like those are the kind of names that you put up there and you're like, oh yeah, I know pretty much who this guy is playing and he's gonna fucking kill it.
I'm gonna go ahead and just go on a limb and say that Matt Berry, I think, is the English Jack Black.
Yeah.
I'd say they're like comparable, like with comedy. It's not music, just like comedy, and like you know their voice, and you know them when you see them, right?
It's he's iconic. Like you hear a line and you're like, is that fucking Matt Berry? And it's not even just the voice or the accent, but it's like the way in which he talks, which I guess whatever you could argue is both. But it's like you could instantly recognize like, oh shit, I think fucking Matt Berry has joined us. Like he's a spirit that you've summoned.
Yeah. And that comes in like in Fallout, like in the show. We're gonna talk about it here in a little bit. But he makes a surprise cameo in Fallout show. I did not see it coming. And he played one of the robot voices, and he played an actor. I don't know what the actor's name was.
Yeah.
But the actor's like, yeah, they paid me like a lot money to be the voice of this robot. And you see the robot before you see Matt Berry, and I didn't even know it was Matt. I was just hearing. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then when he said it, I couldn't just stop hearing Matt Berry after that.
It's so good. Like as soon as like the Codsworth, as soon as Codsworth shows up, I was like, is that fucking Matt Berry playing Codsworth? That's amazing. This is great. And like he was awesome playing Codsworth. Perfect. But then he shows up later on in the show, and it's great. Like they should have put him in the show 3 times. Would have been even better.
They should more Matt Berry. I want to see more. I feel like we'll see more in season 2.
Yeah, you know what? Season 2, they better get a Codsworth companion, and he better be there the whole season.
He better be in whatever fucking establishment they built, or fucking not establishment. They fuck. What do you call it? A settlement.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, he's great. Like, it not just like the Clem Fandango is in my head, but From What We Do in the Shadows, which I love that show.
Hmm.
People say it's like gone down in like last season or two, but I fucking watch it no matter what.
Yeah.
Um, in that compilation I sent you, he's he's talking to fuck, what's his name? I just want to call him Guillermo.
Guillermo.
He's just like, I thought you were sick. I thought you had the shit. Too much of the breakfast burritos.
Yeah.
Too much of the chilaquiles.
Chilaquiles. I was like, oh fuck, you're so close to pronouncing it right.
I love it. I love it so much. Just I guess it's just his inflection. I guess I like it a lot because he says like really random things in like weird ways, and I don't want to say that's where I got my humor. Like I've been doing what I've been doing forever.
Mm-hmm.
It's just fun to see someone do something like I did, but get popular.
Yeah, he's very good at what he does, and I imagine that like I don't know this, but I imagine he's really good at improv. He doesn't strike me as somebody who is like, I can't really be funny without a script. I take a script and then I do my voice and then then now I'm funny. It makes me. He seems to me like somebody who would be extremely good at doing improv. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can't imagine he's not. I think a lot of the times, like if he's not on a strict script, he's doing improv.
Yeah.
Because like in Fallout, he had his script. You could tell he was like on a script, but like unlike a lot of his shows and like a lot of the older English shows, like if you see him, I'm sure he improvs like a lot. If I had Matt Berry on a cast, I'd be like, okay, these are the lines, but you can improv anything around it.
Yeah.
Just because you want like those funny moments, you
Mm-hmm.
can just keep rolling film on him.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like, yeah, give me like 4 more takes just to see what's up, just so I can see what's up.
Yeah, so you can see how you feel in this role. I don't know. That I feel like I couldn't be a director because I'd keep wanting like the actors that I'd chosen to keep doing like different line reads.
Yeah, well, I feel like that's how you get like, unfortunately, that's how you get a movie like Anchorman or like Superbad, which are like amazing, like top tier comedies, but also that's how you get like, some of like the later works of like Will Ferrell or like Anchorman 2, where you're like,
Anchorman.
no, you did it great the first time, but I don't know.
That's the thing. I think like movies like Anchorman, that's just lightning in a bottle. You can't get a sequel. Like people want a sequel. When I first saw the movie, I was like, I want a sequel. I got to see more. But then when I got more, I was like, I shouldn't have asked for this.
Yeah, never. No, do it again. Take it back.
Because like movies like that, you can't do it like lightning in a bottle because now they're just like, oh well, people like the way these characters are, so we're gonna like do it more or like go overboard.
Yeah. Because like whenever you're improving in a vacuum, there's like a special thing that happens where like it's the collaborative process of like just those people. And then once it's released, now the audience, because it's an improv thing, now the audience actually has some effect because like obviously the people that are part of this are going to look at audience reactions and like, oh, the cultural significance of like, you know what was great? The Sex Panther joke. Amazing. Funniest thing I've ever seen. Do it 5 times in the next movie.
God, yeah.
And like it's bad because like you want it to be so good. But it's you can't reproduce it a second time. And there's nothing out there that's more, I would say, representative of this than American Horror Story.
Oh, yeah.
If you like, I don't know if you know this, but the American Horror Story, at least traditionally, for a couple of seasons that I know about, would start off very strong, good ideas, interesting plot, shit's happening. But they're filming it while the show is releasing. So they're like, whatever it is, like 4 weeks out from like, okay, episodes 1 through 4 were shot, and then we're shooting episode 5, and we're seeing audience feedback and seeing like what they like, and
Yeah,
you
I
can
heard
tell
about that.
because it's like, oh, this story has like a strong direction. I can tell where it's going. I know what the rules are. This is interesting. And like you start to see fan theories be like, oh, I think this is happening. And you're like, oh, that's kind of stupid. And then that starts happening and you're like, ah, fuck, did you read fan theories? And you're like, that's better than what I thought I was doing. Actually, let's just go do that. It's like, God, dude, just fucking have a point of view, dude.
I don't even think they write a later half of the show. I think they
Yeah.
write the beginning half. They let it air and they read the fucking fan feedback and they're like, okay, just good shit, fucking.
Yeah, they're like, you know what? We're gonna just pay our writers half what they usually get paid because they're only gonna write the first half, and then we got AI, baby. We're just gonna all of the comments on the show from like Twitter and IMDb and like forums and stuff. We're just gonna pop them into a chat GPT and say, write me episode 5, and then that's it. We're just gonna do that, and we're gonna do that for the next 4 episodes, and it's gonna be amazing. Love it.
I don't even think they did that far. They probably just paid a bunch of fucking WhatsApp fan fucking fic writers.
Yeah, Wattpad, yeah.
But like I said, to that, yeah, I've heard about that. But going back to Anchorman 2 or Anchorman 2, what was really cool in Anchorman 1 that came out of nowhere for me was the fucking anchor fight with all like the local anchors.
Yeah.
And in Anchorman 2, they ruined the joke.
Yeah.
They ruined it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen it, but like they brought all these other celebrities. There was more anchors, and then they brought the History Channel. They added ghosts. They added all this stuff. I was like, what the fuck are y'all doing? I was like, why did y'all do this? This is not funny. It was funny the first time because no one's done that before. No one's seen it, and it was like very kind of like random. It was like random out of nowhere, and it fucking stuck.
Yeah.
In part 2, I wasn't expecting y'all to do it again, but like longer for no reason. It was really dumb.
The power of things like Anchorman come from you not expecting things, right? Like you don't expect that there's gonna be a fucking anchor fight. You don't expect that Jack Black is gonna kick Ron Burgundy's dog off a fucking bridge. You don't see any of it coming because it's like the movie is taking you on a journey, and even if you show somebody the first 30 minutes of Anchorman, there's no fucking way they tell you what happens. Like they could probably tell you the beats of like, oh yeah, Ron Burgundy realizes that women are cool, and then everything is fine in the end. But there's no fucking way you're like, oh yeah, he's gonna be sad in the jazz bar and be like, I'll eat the cat shit, I don't care.
God, yeah. Fucking getting drunk and running around with milk, and fucking getting the conch shell and fucking Nukes Team Assemble.
Yeah,
like that's all like just a single movie thing. You can't bring it into. I think Anchorman is one of the movies that shouldn't have been like serialized into having sequels. Because like you can't top part 1 because then it'll just feel like forced, right?
Yeah. And also like, to be fair, and I haven't seen it, but there's kind of an Anchorman sequel that was already made, where they just re-edited a bunch of footage that they didn't use from Anchorman 1 into a different movie, which is like interesting. Like that's a cool thing that you can do. I guarantee you it's probably worse than what we saw in theaters, and that should have been their first indication of like, you know what, maybe we don't do this again. Maybe part of the magic here is that nobody knew what was going to happen, and fuck it, we'll just let sleeping dogs lie. It's fine.
Yeah, it's like you have a good thing and you see like the profit, like you could take that profit and make another movie, but like you can get the same actors, you can make a different movie, different plot or whatever. Don't make a sequel. Don't expect, like people already came for Will Ferrell and the crew. Just put them in a different, like make them new characters, do something else.
Yeah.
Anchorman 2 is such, I forget it exists most of the time because I don't like it so much.
Yeah.
And I'm glad they didn't do that for Superbad.
Yeah, same. Give it time. I'm telling you, dude, give it time.
Dude, they did it with a few movies that I like straight to DVD. like with Jingle All the Way Part 2
Hmm.
and Kindergarten Cop Part 2.
Yeah.
And they did a few movies like that, and I'm just like, why, dude? Why?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I don't really ever understand why you greenlight a sequel, and then you're like, we're just gonna release it direct to DVD or direct to streaming. I'm kind of like, maybe
It's hit or miss.
if it's like this wasn't gonna get made otherwise or whatever, but especially like a movie when they're like, we're releasing Zack Snyder's new movie on Netflix. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about that, dude. Not even a little bit.
Yeah, but like you're very curious because you're like, well, Zack Snyder, like he's a popular name.
Hmm.
But then like if you look at what he did, fucking Rebel Moon 1 and 2, and no one likes those movies.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I want to do 6 of them. They're incoherent messes with fucking plot holes all over them, and everyone doesn't like them. And he's like,
Hmm.
they just don't get it. I'm just like, fuck you, Zach.
Yeah. It's hard to it's hard to defend it because like I really enjoy streaming as a platform. I think it's like a really cool thing, and it is hard to like I'm in a rock and a hard place right now where like my kid is not old enough to go to the movies, and he's also like even when he gets up to like 6 or 7, the movies that we're gonna go see are like the second Mario Brothers movie. Like that's probably as good a movie as we can go see with him.
Dude, what?
Or
You can go
like
see you.
maybe another.
That movie's great.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's awesome. And
You
same
can
with
probably go
like
take him.
a
Take him to
Disney
see the
movie,
fucking
probably
Pixar.
good.
Yeah.
But I can't go
the
see
new Toy
like
Story.
Deadpool.
You could.
No.
You can watch it with them later.
Yeah, I'm never going to watch Deadpool with him. Like the
What? You're a bad dad.
the
You're a bad dad.
trauma of watching like a sex scene or like especially when you're a kid, like pretending like you don't know what they're talking about, and like we're like, oh, they're talking about eating ass, and you're like, oh, you like just blank face, like I can't laugh at this because then they'll know that I know what eating ass is, and I'm only 14, and they probably wouldn't like that. It would be weird.
Oh no, dude! Fuck that. I can go. Dude, I would watch movies with my mom when I was younger. To be fair, we didn't go like see anything like with sex scenes in it. I think we mostly saw action movies. My mom
Hmm.
was like in the in the ballpark of like, let's go watch some comedy. Let's go watch like action. And my mom liked watching Disney movies.
Yeah.
So we would watch that. I remember they took me to go watch that. They took me to watch like Mortal Kombat when it came out. Uh, they took me to watch like a lot of stuff, but there was nothing I can remember that had like explicit sex scenes or
Hmm.
like much innuendo in it. Like if you remember when we talked about South Park when I snuck in with my brother,
Hmm.
I didn't get it when I was younger. Like
Yeah.
I misconstrued things, so I think it's okay as long as like no one's flopping dong on screen or like fucking flashing beef. Just I think it'll be fine.
I mean, I'm not saying that it would be bad or damaging. I would be too embarrassed for myself.
Like there's just not a lot of movies that are like explicit like in nature like there used to be. Like I can't even remember the last time I saw a movie that had a sex scene in it.
Yeah. Yeah, true. But I like, and it makes sense, it makes sense that it's, especially with the fact that like streaming does exist now, it's harder to pull people into a movie theater. And so because the internet can be like, you're like, oh, you know what? I kind of want like a romantic scene, where like they build up kind of the romance aspect. Maybe it's like in a, like there's like a drama and then something happens and then maybe like, yeah, I don't know, like a relationship starts to blossom and they're like, yeah, cool. I got like a 2-minute and 30-second porn clip that I could show you right now for free as an ad, actually, in the middle of YouTube. You're like, oh, cool. Yeah, never mind. I don't want to go watch the movie anymore. I'm all good now.
Yeah, exactly. And if like your kids are growing up, they're probably I if you leave your kids to their own devices, of
Mhm.
course they're gonna like watch streaming unless you have like uh the kids version on their streams, but like I don't know, you were a clever kid, I was a clever kid, like we just got around, parents weren't there.
Yeah,
You know.
totally. God,
I
I
didn't
still remember like when I was a kid. So now that I have a son, I'm like horrified by this. But like I remember when I was a kid, the first time that I went to go spend the night at my friend Justin's house, I walked down the street to his house. It's like 6 p.m. Daylight. Walked 2 blocks down the street to his house. Stayed the night. His parents weren't there. His parents came back at like, it was a Friday, so his parents came back at like, 1, 2 in the morning, like after being at a bar. And we were just like playing video games and hanging out and eating Tang, like out of the box. It was fine.
Ew.
And like,
you just eat Tang.
It's fine. You just crunch it a little bit. It's all right.
Put on a lollipop like everyone fucking.
God, have some dignity.
Just eat dirt.
But like, I was like, oh yeah, that was great. And so like I spent the night at his house like a bunch. And then at one point I said something about like, oh yeah, this is I'm going over to his house and I like had to call my parents for something, and I was like, hey, can we like is there a thing that we can do, or is like order pizza or something? I don't remember why I called back to my parents, but my parents were like yeah, are Justin's like parents not there? And I was like, oh no. They were like, what? Sorry, what? And I was like, yeah. Keep in mind,
right now, young man.
I'm like 9 or 10 at this point, and my parents are like, oh, and I guess at that point they had one of 2 choices to make. They're like, he's been going over to his friend's house for like months now, and everything has just been fine. And the whole time we just assumed that parents would be there, but they're not. I guess it's fine. I mean, nothing bad's happened so far. Like, I imagine that's what happened in their brain, because I can't imagine if I was like, hey, I'm going to go over to my friend's house and no one's there but like him. They'd be like, oh yeah, you're 10. You're good. Don't worry about it. Don't play with knives.
Just, don't answer the door for strangers. And if he offers you any narcotics, say no.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
God, I don't know. I was a kid, and like around that age, I never had any problems. Like whenever I went to my friend's house, if his parents were there or not, they'd be gone. We would just stay inside until the sun went down, because we'd be outside like playing football or whatever. But we'd play like Super Nintendo, or like stuff on the N64. So,
yeah, dude.
Like parents are there or not, it doesn't matter. It just
like,
I don't know. I think it was different. It was different back then. Like cell phones weren't invented. Like lights on the streets were like more prevalent. Like there was people out more.
Yeah, and like there was also fewer reasons to stay inside. Like the internet was good, but it wasn't like a multiplayer sport at that point, right? Like you would go on the internet and like if you could be in a chat room or something, and that was cool. But if you had somebody in the room with you, that's not cool for 2 people. Like it's fine for one person to be in a chat room. As soon as 2 people are there, it's like, I'm fucking bored. Let's play video games. Let's go do something.
What are you talking about? We used to go to your house and get on chat rooms all the time and fucking get on like video calls with people with like our shirts covering our face.
Yeah, true. Although I will say like that part that's a multiplayer sport. But that's like not. That's very rare. Like now you have like Omegle, you've got like, things like that do like, auto matching and like you could sit in a room with 4 people not talking to each other for like 4 hours, just sending TikToks to each other, and it's fine nowadays. No fucking shot. You go to someone's house to be on the internet like in 1998.
Even before that, like I said, like, God, and like we talked about it before. We used to always go to your house and we would play games like all night. But like, it wasn't even we wouldn't go there and like we'd play games for a little bit. But we'd always go out and get up to fucking not mischief, but like we'd go outside. We'd fucking film a video, or like Mike's like, let's go fucking get fucking Bob's.
Yeah.
And if James is working, I'd get him for free.
Hell yeah.
Or fucking let's go to the fucking Cole Park late at night.
Yeah.
Let's just fucking go and and bother the rats.
Yeah, just bug the rats. They don't. Yeah, fuck them. You know what? Fuck them.
Yeah, they wanted a quiet night in. Well, they're getting Mike Colbin fee. They're getting MCF Productions.
Yeah, these shitters. They're at the park. They're at my park, where I want to play hide and seek, while people are like maybe arguably doing heroin and like eating ass. Maybe. How dare, rat?
It's so funny going out. I guess I didn't have like a what's it called? I didn't feel danger around me back then. Like there could have been someone could have like came at us with a knife or something.
Yeah.
But it just never hit me back then. Like now I guess I'm more aware. Probably, maybe.
Yeah.
If I'm by myself, then again I wouldn't go by myself to a park at night and just fucking sit there by myself randomly.
Yeah.
And I'm more aware that if there's a hot spot for just gay sex outside, I'm like, we shouldn't be here.
Yeah, probably not. Like, that is one of those things that I'll say, like, whenever you're young, you're like, they don't care about me, I don't care about them. And for the most part, you're right. But they're that's never guaranteed. Like, you could be in the park just fucking around and hanging out with people, and you turn the corner and it's like a dude who's like super down low, just like met up on Grindr, like is super nervous about it, is like trying to like hold his hand in front of his face to be like, nope, it's a girl, there's definitely a girl. And then he sees you coming around the corner and he just fucking snaps and is like, I need to kill this person knows that I'm gay now.
Oh my god, he knows my secret.
He can't leave. He can't leave.
God, little did he know I was the governor. Now my secret's out. And like, if it was me, I'd be like, I don't know who the governor is or what he looks like.
Yeah.
Is our governor Greg Abbott?
It is. Yeah.
Does he have the eye patch?
No, you're thinking of someone else, but it is Greg Abbott.
I don't even know what he looks like. I know his name. Don't know what he looks like.
Yeah, you're thinking of Dan Crenshaw. Dan Crenshaw is the guy with the eye patch.
The fucking 80s cartoon Saturday morning villain.
Yeah.
Fucking, I see. Like I couldn't recognize. That's what I don't get. I'm sorry. Going back to fucking DL gay meetups. I don't get it. Like, do people like think they're gonna recognize them?
Mm-hmm.
Why go out in the first place? Why fucking get dressed up and shake yourself to a meetup if you think you're gonna get fucking, I don't know, recognized? Yeah,
it's hard to imagine that sort of life. But I imagine it's, I really want to do this, but like no one can know. It'll be fine as long as no one knows. It's okay. And you like work yourself up. You like finally convince yourself that it's okay. Because I guarantee you, like any of the people that you've talked to, where they're like, "Oh yeah, listen, we just got to be like discreet or whatever," and then you're like, "Yeah, cool, that's fine. You want to like meet up at this place?" And they're like, "Yeah." And then they never message you again. They got too scared and were like, "Oh fuck, I'm gonna uninstall this app. Someone's gonna find me." But then like they come back a month later and they're like on a new account. They're like, "Oh, I've never been here before. Who's this guy?" And eventually they decide like, okay, it's worth it. I'm going to give it a go. But the whole time they're like, "Oh God, what if this is somebody that I know? What if this is a catfish? What if they try to rob me? I'm going to rob them first. I'm going to bring 2 guns just in case they have one."
I just come around the corner. "Hey, it's me." "Oh fuck!" Fucking unloads on me. "Son of a bitch!" I'm just like, "Oh fuck!" I was just reaching for the lube.
God, come on,
dude. That's why I don't do this. That's honestly why I don't fucking do outside meets. I have this like, I don't know what this feeling that they're just like, let's meet outside by this park that I know.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if I agreed to that and I went to that park, I would get there and everything be cool, and I'm like, "Oh hey, we talk," and then like out of the shadows 3 people come out and start to beat the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
Just that's my fear. That's my one fear.
Yeah, it's and the thing is, it's a founded fear. The other way around, the paranoid ass like, oh no, somebody is gonna see me being a little bit gay in public, and then my life is going to be destroyed, is so much less likely than you being like, oh yeah, I'm just meeting up with someone who, I don't know, I guess wants to just like make out in their car a little bit, and that's fine. And then dying. Like, way more likely for that to happen.
I don't care if they see me. Fuck you. It's a small area. People, I don't know if people think Corpus is a big area.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. It's very small, and even like it's small, and even smaller than that is the gay community.
Mm-hmm.
You may think there's a lot of people, but there's not.
Yeah.
So you're likely to see like the same people over and over again. So like, if you're worried about people finding you out, like, don't even move somewhere. Move somewhere big.
Go somewhere else.
Because Corpus ain't the place, dude.
I think that's probably the other part of it, is like, if you're from kind of a smaller place and like your family is there, you put down roots, your job is there, and you're like, I can't leave. But if like I'm so ashamed of making out with a dude and someone's gonna find out and then I'll die, like, they're like, okay, I've got to find a way to do this on the down low. But God, the worst thing is that like some people they'll do that and they'll be like, oh God, like no one can find out, like I've got to, like, I'm gonna give you a fake name, I'm gonna be super careful about like who sees me and who doesn't. But then like they leave the app on their phone, or they don't turn off notifications for it or whatever. And so like then their spouse is like, hey, what's this app you just got a message on? Oh fuck.
He just fucking knocks her out, pushes her down the stairs. What the?
What app are you talking about? What you install on my phone?
Who did this? My phone must have been hacked. Just God, it's so, I don't know. There's a lot of like undercover married gay guys. Like I was on Grindr 2 nights ago, and one of the accounts, no profile picture, no nothing, but his name was "Wife is asleep, I want to play."
Oh no!
And I'm just like, dude, get the fuck out of here!
Dude, come on, please.
Yeah, I'm like, no, man, come on. You're married. Fuck, just get a divorce and be gay.
Yeah, like, it doesn't have to be as hard or weird as you're making it. And it sucks. I get it. Like, it sucks that you're like, oh man, I've always wanted to do this thing. I really wish that I could like explore this side of myself. Dude, you made a commitment. Just don't, and be sad about it. Sorry, man. Like, there are times where I'm like, oh man, you know what would be fucking really cool is if like if I could just go on like a backpacking trip. Like, I'm not even outdoorsy, but like I love being outside around like, you know, big trees and mountains and stuff. I would love to just go and like camp in New Zealand for 3 months, or I'd love to go and live in Japan for a year. Fucking can't do it. I can't do it. There's like many years in the future perhaps, but like I can't do it right now. And guess what? Life is full of those regrets, and it's kind of fine.
Yeah,
get over it.
You could always visit there for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, not the same.
I know it's not the same, but like at least you get to go and experience something.
But this is what the thing is like maybe like going on Grindr and having somebody put something in your butt for a little bit, that's their go visit for 2 weeks. They're like, I got it out of my system. Yes.
Just if they're married though, just tell her, be like, you know what, honey, can we try pegging? That'd be great.
That'd be super cool of you.
That's a compromise. Fuck.
Hey, you know what I just found out? I just found out that I've got a butthole, and I just found out that apparently, according to the internet, this is wild, never heard this before, feels good when you put stuff in it, but like I can't see it or nothing, so I keep missing. Can you do it for me?
Listen, it would just be really hot if we spice something up in the bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as much as I love just playing missionary and pledging allegiance to the flag while we're doing it, it'd be great if, you know, you just got behind me.
Yeah, hey, this is all about efficiency. You know what I mean?
Really, that's what it's all about. So, I don't know. I think it's weird, but I think that's enough fucking download gay talk.
Yeah,
That
that's
we
the
usually
hooking on leopard part of our
That's
of our title today.
oh no, fucking I'm always not afraid to go to Leopard, but like that's if you're gonna work at the refineries, you go to Leopard Street. They have the refineries there,
Mm.
or they somewhere where you got to go. Like it just feels gross. That whole area just feels gross.
Yeah, okay, so for context for anybody that doesn't live in Corpus, I moved into the Corpus area in second grade. Within 2 weeks, I found out A, what hookers are, and B, that hookers are on Leopard Street. Those are the two things that I was very shocked by when I moved there. People were just openly joking about it in second grade, and I was like, oh, that's weird. But yeah, so it's kind of like the sleazy part of town where you go to purchase Ace, but also other things.
Exactly. Yeah, well, yeah, it's there for all your illegal needs, wants, and needs.
Right.
You just got to know where to look, which is everywhere on that street.
That's right. Yeah, you just show up.
Yeah, it's not like in the movies where there's girls on the street and they're like, "You want to have a party, big boy?"
Yeah.
It's kind of like I don't know how to do it. I always joke with my mom because for anytime I'm gonna receive a gift, if she's like, "Hey, it's your birthday's coming up," or Christmas, she's like, "What do you want?" I'm like, "Buy me a high class hooker," and that's my joke. And she's like, "Oh, gee, shut up."
Oh, you.
And I'm like, I'm just kidding. I want a Steam Deck. And she's like, so, about that hooker. Because
hey.
Stream Deck is more expensive than that.
Yeah, that's true. God, there's not a street to go for a high-class hooker, though. There's numbers that you call. It's not it's like the difference of fast food versus a restaurant. You make a reservation with a restaurant because the food's going to be better.
How would I know? I've never fucking contacted a sex worker in my life. I wouldn't even know where to look.
Yeah.
Do I just Google it?
Listen, same. Yeah, probably.
I always hear these people online. They're like, "Oh, I got all these sex workers, or I went on all these websites and I hooked up with these women and I paid them." I'm like, how are you so brazen?
Yeah.
Right? Fucking,
do you not have search history that someone could look at?
Yeah, you just Google. You just Google fucking sex work in my area. And do you just, are you not afraid that if you press one of the things, your phone's going to be like, we got ya.
That's how it feels, though, is especially, if you're like, oh, I'm gonna look at somebody linked me a spicy thing, and you click on the link, and then you it opens, and you're like, oh shit, this didn't open into an incognito window. Fuck, this is in my search history. This is in my fucking my Google profile now. Shit. They know.
People are gonna know. That's the funny thing. That only works if people are constantly on your phone, but no one's usually on my phone, so they can't see my cringe lookups. Fucking, well, I don't know, the rabbit from Shangri-La Frontier. What does her butthole look like?
Yeah,
I never Googled that, but I'm just giving an example.
I'm just saying. Not that I know what her butthole looks like. Not that I know that she has two or whatever.
Just don't look on my phone. I'm just saying. But I wouldn't be afraid if someone looked on my phone. But don't look on my phone.
Yeah, don't. Listen. My phone's got a lot of private, very government secrets. That's what it is. I work for the government.
And if you see them, I'm gonna have to kill you.
Mm-hmm. Someone will.
Someone will, not me. I'll die of embarrassment. God. I'm just kidding. But that's enough about our local stuff. Colby, what do you want to talk about?
Listen, we gotta be talking about the Fallout TV show. We gotta.
So this is very funny. I saw the Fallout TV show when it premiered.
Mm-hmm.
I think I finished it in 2 days or 3 days. And I was telling Colby about it, and Colby was like, I'm never going to watch it. And lo and behold, this motherfucker watched it.
Yeah, it's very rare. Because I brought it up to my wife. I was like, oh, yeah, kind of want to watch this. I think it'd be fun. And then I finished doing Final Fantasy VII Remake, and then that opened up my night again. So now instead of like playing that, we finished up Freerin, we started and finished Fallout, we caught up to Delicious in Dungeon. So like my nights are now open.
Did you tell your wife that V said it was a show, the Fallout show? Does that hold any merit to your wife?
It does, I think. The thing is, it depends, because it depends on like why you enjoy it, and whether or not anybody else enjoys it too. That's like the two things that factor in. If you're like, oh yeah, this is like a beautiful show, they really did this part right, then it's like, okay, yeah, that's good. If someone else agrees and is like, oh yeah, like I thought it was great, I think it's a reasonable thing. The things that you like, and the things this other person like overlap enough that it's like, all right, this is now a solid yes. Good recommendation.
What's a show that I've recommended that's not good?
I wouldn't know, because we don't watch most of the shows that you recommend, Fee.
You would know because there hasn't been a bad show I recommend.
That's true. All the ones that we've picked, we watch. So, I mean, that's like, that says something. But again, the selection criteria, very picky.
All the ones you picked are ones that I've given glowing reviews.
Yeah, but you give a lot of things glowing reviews. So
name one thing that I've given a glowing review to that didn't deserve it.
I wouldn't know, because I haven't seen them. This is the thing.
Exactly. So like you're fucking still goose egg and fees like a million.
Name a romance anime. I probably wouldn't enjoy it, but you do, and that's fine. That's great. I love that you love things.
Why wouldn't you enjoy it? Skip and Loafer, so good.
I probably wouldn't enjoy it because I'm just like, when I was in college, man. Oh God, dude, Toradora, fuck me up, bro.
Toradora's so good though.
Get it up me. Get all of it up me.
The thing is, Toradora, it doesn't like fucking finish, right? Mm-hmm. It finishes, the show finishes on a note, but it doesn't conclude.
Yeah.
But you can get the official conclusion through the PSP game.
Oh my God.
I found out.
Okay, what's the official conclusion? Just so I know.
The main, I don't remember their names, Tora and Dora.
Yep, that's their names, Tora and Dora.
The tiger of the east.
Yeah,
and the dragon of the west.
It's Ryuji.
Yeah, that's
Ryuji and Taiga.
Right. Yeah, see, I was close. They I guess stay together. They get married and they have a kid.
Oh, cool.
But some shit goes down. I didn't watch.
Some shit goes down though. Yeah, the kid gets taken to another world, and that's what slime is actually.
I love slime. Love reincarnated as slime. Anyway, we want to talk about Fallout show.
Yeah.
Colby, what did you like about it? And I'll nod agreeingly, or shake my head disagreeingly.
What did I like about it, or what did I not like?
Just what would you like about it?
Yeah. So I don't like. We often fall into this trap where we just recall the plot. And that's like 45 minutes of like, all right, and then this thing happened, and it was fucking crazy. And that's like audio poison. It's so fun to do, but it's so bad to listen to. Things that I liked. Lucy as a character, fantastic. No notes, perfect.
All the leads are fucking.
All
perfect.
3 of the leads are 10 out of 10. You can't make them better. They're perfect. Like the Ghoul, he's so cool. He's such a shithead. And he's so beaten down by the Wasteland that like by the end of the show you're like, but he kind of right though. Halfway through, you're like, God, this Ghoul. Oh God, he's gonna fucking sell off my main character friend for organs. This shitter. But by the end, you're like, yeah, no, I get it. I get it actually.
Dude, yeah, Cooper Howard. That's the Ghoul, by the way.
Yeah,
he is so fucking good.
He's great.
It's almost like he is the main character, not Lucy, but. That's just because I like him so much. He's so fucking good.
Yeah.
All his cadence, the way he talks, and mannerisms.
Yeah.
His I would say his backstory is like sad. It's just very tragic.
It's really good, and it's also, God, the show does tension so good. Like if you've played Fallout 3 or Fallout 4 or New Vegas, I wouldn't know about the early ones. You know that like the arc of a Fallout game often is like it starts off and then shit just gets like bigger and bigger and more like kind of like fucked up and revealing new information to you that changes the way you look at things the longer that you play it. And that's exactly how the TV show went. So like by the end, you're like, oh God, fuck. Oh, this is so fucked up, dude.
Yeah. I didn't see Cooper Howard's ending coming.
Yeah.
Like, I was piece by piece was coming.
Mm-hmm.
Lucy, like her whole arc didn't like conclude until the very end because I didn't know what was going. She was just a vault hunter looking for her dad up until the end, until shit just came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
right. You didn't find out that, and then Maximus, you saw what was going through him like piece by piece throughout the show. Like, yeah, when I was talking to you about last time, I thought he was like crazy.
Yeah,
like, but it turns out that his friend Dane had hurt her own leg, like she laced her own fucking razor. They who cares?
I
who
do.
Cares?
Dane is they.
Oh my God! Just shut up.
No, I'm not.
Oh fuck you! Just let me speak because you're fucking my stream of thoughts up. You can correct me after I say it, and then I'll see if I correct myself after. Is that fine? Is that fair?
Keep talking. Go for it.
They lace their shoes with razor blades on their own, and they don't say that until the end, but they let Maximus take the fall for it, kinda. And then I think you were telling me the other day that there's something more nefarious about them.
Yeah.
They're like setting Maximus up to be like the big number one, but like they're working in the shadows.
Yeah, that's sort of what it that was a fan theory that I read that I was like, oh shit, you right. Like at every moment Dane is like, hey, you want to go look at this fucking power armor? And then Dane's like, oh, my leg is all fucked up. Oh dang. Everybody's gonna think Maximus did, but Maximus wouldn't hurt a fly. It's fine. Don't worry about it. And they're like, actually, I'm kind of fucking getting hard thinking about the fact that Maximus did it. I'm gonna make him a squire. And Dane's like, hell yes, according to plan. Like that's the sort of level of like of shit that like could be happening. Like by the end of Fallout, if you had proposed that theory halfway through, I'd be like, this is fucking stupid. But by the end, like this show really gets like what the coolest parts of Fallout to me are. And executes them so well that I'm like, oh, dude, if you did an end of season 2, like, Dane is working for whatever, like the dregs of the NCR, or you know, fucking working for Vault Tech somehow, like I'd be like, oh shit, dude, I believe it.
I think Dane is just some kind of undercover, like maybe NCR. Yeah, because like it's too nefarious the way they work. Like they hurt their own leg for like they said they were scared, but there's no reason. They were there in the battle. They became the fucking right hand man of the Steel Brotherhood's like main guy, like old man guy. And then at the end, they're there in battle. So like, what are they afraid of?
Oh, I was just so worried about going out there, but I guess I'm going out and fucking charging in like
Yeah, and then. Like I said, there's something they're keeping that character in like the shadows right now, but season 2 it's gonna come out. But Maximus, he's like such a goober. He believes stuff, and he believes that he's in the right. That he's easy to manipulate.
Yeah, that's the thing about Maximus is like it would be so easy to play him as like not even because he's kind of a himbo, but he's kind of not. Like a lot about him doesn't match, and he's so awkward to listen to sometimes. I love it. Like he's like when he has like a serious expression on his face, and he's like looking like, oh shit, like very serious, and then he's like, yeah, we should definitely go get that head. That That's the good thing to do for the Brotherhood. And you're like, you're such a fucking dork. You talk like a dork. You don't talk like a hero at all. You're just like, I'm Maximus, and I'm sure I'm here. Yep. Gee Willikers.
This would be great for the Brotherhood, not for me specifically, but for the Brotherhood.
Yeah.
And it would make me look good by comparison.
Yeah, and then he, like, the whole time, he's, like, he's acting in his own self-interest, and it's really easy for him to be like, oh, well, I'm just gonna throw away all my convictions, because, yeah, popcorn's real good. You're like, what the fuck, dude? Oh, my God,
yeah, popcorn and caviar.
Yeah.
Fucking... But I don't know. Like I said, I like him as a character. I want to see where like they take him now.
Yes.
Because, like, how is he gonna lead the Brotherhood of Steel? Just this not lukewarm. This fuck. I'm not gonna remember the word. But he's he doesn't want to do it, but he's gonna do it. He doesn't want to do it, but he's gonna do it because he's like, well, now I'm in charge, and now the people that are kicking my ass are like gonna follow me, and whatnot.
Like, so he likes being the boss, but he doesn't know how to be a boss. Exactly, he has no idea. The first time that he did something like heroic and like really good is toward the end of the show, and even that, like. He's like, the one selfless act that he did was be like, here, Lucy, take this and leave. I'll see if I can find you later. And everything else was just like him failing upward. And I'm telling you that, like, when you think about it more and more, you're like, Dane sort of intervened at the beginning. Dane intervened at the end. Like, okay, like this could just be like, oh, but yeah, my friend Maximus is like the sword of the Brotherhood. He's amazing. And I'm just going to whisper in his ear, like, hey, I think that we should, we kind of deserve to have nukes when you think about it. Like, we're administering justice, right? Maximus, my friend?
Dane's like the worm tongue of fucking Fallout.
Exactly.
And I wonder what they're going to do with the Maximus Esquire that turned into a ghoul.
Mm-hmm.
At the very end, spoiler, sorry.
Yeah.
He just like, he's like, that didn't, like, I'm not dead. Why am I not dead? And they're like, I think you're a ghoul.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, well, there's the Brotherhood. I gotta get the hell out
of
here.
Man.
Oh,
God.
beans.
All of their reactions are just such like, just like, I'm a kid. And like, I don't, beans. Oh, man.
Yeah, that's just how you have to live in the Wasteland. Like, you can't let things phase you.
Yeah.
Fuck, damn. Like I said, all for, like, I think, Cooper Howard, the Ghoul, his story is the most, like, not, serious, right? Lucy's is serious at the end, but only a little bit. And it's not even her, what's with her, it's with her dad.
Yeah.
But, like, the Ghoul, Cooper, he's looking for his family.
Yeah.
And
you don't even find out that
cool.
he's doing that until the end.
Yeah, and it's so cool. He's just like, where's my fucking family? He's fucking killing them.
Yeah.
So good.
Amazing.
And then they get the power back on with the what is it, nuclear fusion, the cold fusion?
Cold fusion, yeah.
And then, we get the hint for season 2 is going to be in New Vegas.
Yeah, that's right, baby.
But like Fallout is such a good show. The art style, the lore, the atmosphere, the sets, everything feels like the video game. It feels so good. And like I'm playing through New Vegas right now, but like everything feels so good. It's atmospheric. It's like a 10 out of 10 show, dude.
Yeah. They really nailed it. I at no point was I ever bored because they switched between basically four different storylines. Even and especially actually the storyline that continues in the vault in Vault 33, so fucking cool.
With Norm. Norm is such a good character.
Yeah,
he's such a good character.
And you just have you have no idea what's going on or why, but you know that something's fishy, and Norm is like, I'm not going to fucking stand for it. God, there's a point like toward the end where Norm is talking to Chet, and Chet's like, oh yeah, well I'm just gonna go to Vault 32, and he's like, you just gonna go even after all we found out? And Chet's like, yep. And he's like, you're a fucking coward, Chet. And Chet's like, yeah,
dude.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, and
we all are.
That's why we live in a vault.
That's why we live in a vault. Like you're like, oh shit, dude.
That's actually a good line. That's so good. It's like, oh god, I'm a coward. That's why we live in the vault. And fucking
idiot.
He's right. He's like, shit.
God, if you want to be so fucking brave, leave.
Oh man, no, it's fucking Norm is so good because he has to live there, and now he knows everything that's going on.
Well, here's the thing: we ended off the season with him trapped in Vault 31.
Yeah, but dude, he's gonna get out of there, fucking brain in a jar, fucking bud.
Yeah, I mean he's got to. I'm wondering like what he's going to do though, because he's not a guy that like does direct conflict or like tries to do anything like too crazy. I believe he poisoned all of the raiders that were in the vault, and he's like, it's crazy that this person did that. That's wild. Anyway,
the thing, I think he did that too because he was just like, I think we kill him, right? I say we kill him. But then he's in Vault 31. He's been shown to be like tech savvy, computer savvy.
Yeah,
I'm sure he'll get into the tech and the computer and fucking hack his way out. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
But not before finding out lore and expositing it to the people watching.
Yeah, that's the thing is like I don't, because when you think about it, the brain on a Roomba, you just kick it and that's it. Like that person's dead forever. It would be the easiest thing to do, and then you just figure stuff out and leave, or you like blow something up, or you like whatever, right? But that's not who Norm is. Norm is a character that does social engineering and sneaking around to try and figure out things. And he's curious. And so I think we're going to see him, at least for the first half of the show, trying to figure out like who the people in Vault 31 are, and maybe being like, oh, we should actually revive like this person and like get him up to speed and, talk about these things. And then like he's working on that guy being like, yeah, can you believe this fucking bud, this fucking brain on a Roomba being this shithead? Like it's crazy. 'Cause like we could just go right now and take over these two vaults, but this shithead just keeps like figuring out who to go out there. And like, I thought you would be good at doing this, fucking manipulating them to do the dirty work for him. Like that's the kind of guy Norm is.
Yeah. He was my surprise, like, favorite character.
Dude. Honestly, Maximus is my surprise favorite character because I started off being like, I fucking hate this dude. And then by the end, I was like, oh, he's just a big dumbass. Oh, he's too stupid to survive, but he keeps being lucky. It's like, like somebody on the Fallout subreddit was like, do we think this character picked the idiot savant perk at the beginning? And it was just a picture of Maximus. And it's like, yeah.
Yes, he did. I think that's also what the show does well. Every character is different. They have their different strengths and they have their different weaknesses.
Yeah.
Like Norm is like sneaking, and he's definitely like a sneak and tech guy. Lucy is like default player.
Yeah.
Fucking default skills.
Yep.
Just learning the Wasteland. Maximus, idiot savant. He's getting lucky. He's just picking the right fucking choices randomly. And Cooper Howard is like the gunslinger. He's like the survivor. He's like doing his missions and stuff. So I think Fallout does a very good thing of showing like the difference in nuances between characters. They're not all the same.
Yeah.
They're not all just fucking badass because like they all fail at some point. Like, but except for like the Ghoul. He does fail, like he gets tired, he gets winded, he'll like faint, he makes wrong choices. Lucy does too, and you don't even see, like Lucy doesn't really kick ass at all. I think she only kills like a rad roach throughout the show, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think she also bites off the Ghoul's finger.
Yeah,
I think like that like she's she does good with her trank gun, especially in like the fight in the beginning. Like once she basically murks her husband, then like, you know, her dad is who like has to finish it off, but like she's out there fucking, you know, tranking everybody, which is cool. Like she's capable, but she's just not ready for the level of interaction. Like she tries to square up against the Ghoul despite seeing that he murdered like, you know, 40 people. She's like, let's be diplomatic. And she doesn't know how things work out there. And even like, you know, toward the end, like after she gets sold for parts, and she's like, you let all the ghouls out, and then they fucking all kill each other. And she's like, oh shit. She has to kill like one ghoul. And even that, like, it's rough. They did a really good job of like showing ghouls going feral and like what that process is like. And God, it's like watching somebody with dementia. You're like, oh fuck, I can see that you know who you are sometimes, but fuck, dude, that sucks.
Yeah, all the ghouls going like feral are like reminding themselves who they are while trying to stay normal. It's really good.
Yeah, oh, it's so good. It's heartbreaking too. Like so much of the show is so good, and it's not at the cost of like, oh, this show is like super serious, or you know, it's like they really overdid it, and oh, there's a point at which like VATS turns on. Like they at no point do they make it super over the top video game. My wife has never played a Fallout game, loved it, had a great time watching it.
Yeah, I like I said, I think that's really what makes it a 10 out of 10. That people who haven't played the video game could also enjoy this show.
Yeah.
As well as they do a good job of not making it like super serious. They make it fun, but with an end goal, right? There's serious things on the line, but they're never like, it's never like serious. There's like pop moments where like shootouts are like you're learning lore, but it's not like a serious drama. It's not like Halo tried to be.
Yeah, it doesn't get like overly like morose or anything. A lot of it, and the one of the reasons why Fallout does so well as like a video game is that because it's in different regions, you can pick a new protagonist, and that protagonist has to like learn things about the area, and you're learning it with them. And the same thing happens here, where you're like, oh shit, like I didn't know what state the Brotherhood was in. I didn't know about like, you know, what's going on with these ghouls. I didn't know about like that there was medicine for ghouls. Fuck, that's interesting. Like they did a really good job of making it intriguing so that you're like learning the world. And that's, I think, going to be one of their biggest strengths. Like we talked about, you know, at the beginning, things being unexpected and that being like a critical part of like Anchorman being good. A bunch of things in this were kind of expected, but you didn't see them coming. And I think we're going to have something very similar with going to LA. With going to Vegas, because I think Vegas is like Fallout New Vegas has a really cool plot, and you could do a lot of stuff with the ending. Like the endings are all fucking cool, depending on which one they pick for. Like, oh, this is gonna be the thing that like we chose as like this is the canonical ending of Fallout New Vegas.
It just depends on if they decide to do the New Vegas storyline, right? I don't know anything about New Vegas. I don't know about the endings. I don't know shit about it. I'm playing it right now, so. All I know is I was a courier and I got shot. The game was rigged from the start. Yeah,
that's right.
That's all I know.
Yeah, and the more that you learn, and yeah, it's very cool. So yeah, I have the utmost confidence that when Fallout Season 2 comes out, I'm gonna be there day one. I'm not gonna watch it all in like one day, but I will be there day one.
Oh, I might watch all of it in one day or two. Because they are 1 hour episodes long, and if there's gonna be 8 episodes, I'm not gonna spend 8 hours watching the show unless I'm at work. Then I will. Because then I got time.
Yeah, you got. Listen, if there's anyone out there that is just like, really excited about a show, but you just don't have the time, just ask Fee to watch it. Fee will watch anything.
I'll watch it. I'm a serial watcher. I do it for free. Um, yeah, I really gotta get on my shit, and watch more. I've been watching a whole lot. Right now we're in a slow season. Not a lot of stuff's coming out.
Hmm.
So I've been kind of just like, oh man, what do I watch? I don't know. That's just me problem. That's a me problem.
Yeah, here you are, just looking for suggestions.
I just want people to tell me what to watch, and I'll tell you if it's good or not.
Please, come on, man.
I really gotta put my time into bringing my YouTube back up.
Yeah. Be like, listen, I watched this show. It's called Storage Wars, season 18. It's pretty good.
That's it. 2 minutes. No.
Yeah, they're all shorts. You spend, oh fuck, that would be maybe the worst conversion of like time going in to like content going out would be, I spent 30 hours watching this entire show. Here's a 1 minute TikTok review of it. Oh fuck, dude.
God, unless they're getting like millions of fucking views and likes each, then I guess that's fine. But
yeah, even that though, like monetizing. God, I. To be fair, if you're like, all I really want to do is watch TV, and I don't want to do a bunch of like video editing and do a bunch of like, you know, clips and shit, not a bad idea, I suppose. But God, it would make me feel. But this is like because I'm obsessed with being efficient and, you know, using time or whatever, but like it would make me feel horrific to be like, yeah, I'm just gonna invest, I'm gonna watch all of G Gundam again, I'm gonna make a video about it, and then a 45-second TikTok of like, here's why G Gundam is good. That's it.
well, I'm just saying, I wouldn't do that because I have too much to say about other stuff. I don't know. It's just I know what I could do and I know what I want to do, and it all boils down to fuck. I hate editing.
Yeah.
But maybe I'm starting to like learn more. I'm looking at videos. Maybe I'll learn to like editing. It's
Could be.
all I gotta is here's the plan.
Okay.
All I gotta do is make videos on my own, edit them to where I get like a good number of subs, and I can monetize.
Yep.
And let's say I'm getting $1,000 a month. That's like starting out or whatever. If I get that, I could pay an editor with that, the monetization, whatever content.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the goal. That is the goal, is to like eventually have an editor, honestly. Because for me, the reason why editing, because I would say I'm not bad at editing. I can still do it. The reason why I don't like doing it, though, I realized, is because I can't do other things while I edit. Like, you have to listen to what's going on, and like if you're doing animations or whatever, if you're like, oh, I've got to put this in here, I've got to cut this and put the audio in here and balance this out, like you can't have a podcast on, you can't have like an anime on, like it's just, you have to focus on this thing, and this thing is so tedious. It's like, listen to this thing, make adjustment, listen to it again, make adjustment, listen to it again, watch this part. It sucks so bad.
Yeah, that's what gets me. I mean, I could probably crack out something in like 2 hours, but man, those 2 hours is gonna be with me like up close to my fucking TV, because I use my TV as a PC screen, editing, just clicking, going back and forth, bop, 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 and then if I don't know something, going to YouTube and watching a short video on how to do what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, I mean, even that though, like the dangerous thing about it is that you get, you know, an hour into your edit, 2 hours into your edit, and you're like, God, I'm so close to done. And then you have an idea and you're like, oh man, it would be really funny if I added in this. That sounds like it's going to take time. Fuck, I just want to be done with this. And that's, at that point right there is whenever your edit starts to go downhill. Because you, I don't know about you, but for me, like when I edit a 15-minute video, there's a bunch of like high quality, good editing jokes up until about the 10-minute mark, and then after that they just start to drop off because I'm like, fuck it, just be done, I'm done, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, I there's always incentive for me to do it. It's just that like if I get like halfway, I'm like, oh fuck, finish line. I'll just continue editing, and I'll see a joke, and if I try to do it and I fail, I'm like, just go back, just keep editing. Who
Yeah.
cares? We'll
Yeah.
do it next time. Fucking
Dude, that's the other thing for me. I don't know about you. I can't do edits. I can't do more than one day of editing or more than one session of editing. If it's like, oh yeah, you gotta, like I've got to get this video out. It could go out in 2 or 3 weeks or whatever. If I start editing it, that's it. That video is going to be produced in that session, and then I am moving on with my life. I can't come back to it a second time.
yeah, no.
Don't know why.
There's no 2 days of editing. It has to be one day. It has to be. I have to shoot the video in the one day and
right.
edit it in the same, because then I'll lose my fucking steam.
Yep, you'll lose focus, and it's like I've talked with my therapist about this ad nauseum. Is like the thing is, if you've got the motivation, you've got the energy, you're like, oh yeah, I gotta do this thing. Like you use that motivation, and you get like, halfway, 3/4 of the way done, and then you're like, oh man, I'm really losing steam. There is no guarantee that your steam is ever going to come back for this particular project. Like I could be like, oh yeah, I need to like edit this thing, tomorrow night. And if I give myself any amount of leeway, I'll be like, you know what? I'm actually going to do it the next night. 'Cause like, it's fine. It's not that big a deal. I'm not super concerned. It's whatever. I'll get it done. And then it comes closer and closer to the deadline, and you're like, oh fuck, I forgot what I was even thinking. What's the line of logic with this? God, I have a better idea for a video. I should just go do that. And then you just never get done with that video. Like that's what ends up happening. Or the thing that I'm afraid of, that scenario plays out in my brain, and I go, no, I'm never doing it. I have to utilize all my time.
Yeah, that's just how it be with me.
Yeah,
exactly. There's no differentiate. It's the same. It has to be done in the one day when I have my steam, and if not, then it's not going to get done. And then I'll have an idea for something else, and then I'll start on that. But then the same thing the process will just continue. It'll just fucking go circles. I'll start on it, won't finish it. Start on it, won't finish it.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, really... if you're focused on like the end product, it's the worst. Like, it's hard because sometimes you're like, you know what? I want to like do a doodle for fun. I want to like write a short thing for fun. Like I'm not going to turn this into anything, which I'm like still learning how to do because, of who I am. But like, if you want to produce a thing, that fear is very real, that you're just going to be like, oh, I don't really, you see, when I think, I really want to get this thing done, but also everything, all my steam is just evaporating from me. Fuck.
That's, man, I have a lot of like fun, grandiose ideas I want to do.
Yeah.
And I just don't get the energy to do it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to, start doing this. But then I'm like, oh, man, I want to like, I don't want to do this step. I want to get onto the next step where I'm already like established.
Yeah, where I'm doing it.
Yeah, where I'm doing it. Or like, even as a YouTuber, I'd like to be like, I don't want to be at this step where I have to like fucking try hard and put out content for people to learn.
And like learn the algorithm.
Yeah, I want to be in the next step where I already know and people are already like subscribing to watch. I want people to be watching so that way I can do what I want to do and pay like an editor to edit for me. Mm-hmm. Right? So that way I could just, I don't even have to, editing is not even a worry. All I have to worry about is having the right equipment and doing what I have to do.
Yep, just got to upload the files, and it's so easy.
Upload the files, tell my editor this is how I want it, this is what I think I'd like, and then they do it. Yeah, it's rough. It's a rough time because whenever you talk to somebody about it, and they're like, dude, just like you can just calm down, you can just do the things that you want just for fun, like. You feel like, yeah, I guess I could,
But then every time you get into that situation where you're like, because I know you have, and I have, where you just think of something and you go like, hey, wait a second. I think I'd like to do a comic. Like, I've got a really good idea for a comic, or like a book, or like a maybe like a web comic, or like a series of videos that look like this. And then your brain is like, okay, what does week 1 look like? It looks like working hella hard on this, on like the first part of this, like chapter 1, issue 1. And then maybe by week 2, I finish the first one. Maybe. And then week 2 is like, or week 3 is like, I should start on the next one. Oh, God. Well, maybe I'm a little busy right now, so I'll just come back to it later. Fucking project dead forever. People are like, hey, what happened to that thing you were doing? I liked that thing. And you're like, please stop talking about it. Like, I have so many ideas in my head that I wish I could do without me doing it somehow.
Dude, that's why I hate that's why I hate telling people I want to do things. Because then I feel like they have this even though they're not. Like, I'm just like, oh, dude, I want to do this. I feel like they have this expectation where, like, well, Fee, you said you wanted to do this. What happened to it? Why don't you shut up, right? Just shut up and I'll get to it. I get to it. God. Yeah. Just leave me alone. I can't focus with all this talking.
God, I'm just trying. I have the same thing. If my wife asks me if I'm like in a stressful part of like work, and my wife asked me a very general question, not even like hard, it's just like it's going to require you to think about it for 2 seconds. I'm like, oh, how fucking dare you ask me that while I'm feeling like this?
You see what I'm doing? Just fucking.
You can tell, right? You can tell how close to death I am right now.
Just fucking turn into like a 1980s fucking husband. Just like, see what you made me do? Push them down the stairs.
Yeah.
You saw what I was doing.
Look at what you made me do.
This is your fault. God, no. I don't lash out at the people around me. It's just, it's like I lash out at myself. It's like that scene with Willem Dafoe in fucking Spider-Man where he's just like, oh, I don't want to be a bad guy. And then he's in the mirror. He's like, yeah, you do. You put on the mask.
Yeah, you do, you little puss.
It's just like that. I'm like, oh, dude, I want to do this video, and I think it's gonna do great. And then fucking my reflection's like, no, it's not. You're gonna be awful. No one's gonna watch it. You're gonna feel real depressed.
Yeah, dude, like, fuck. It happens every time. Like, your brain knows it takes time to get popular on the internet. It takes time to do the work. It takes time to, it takes time to do all of this stuff. And it's a luck of the draw. Like, if somebody sees it, if it gets shared a lot, if it goes viral, like, there's a bunch of other things that you can try, but also the success of a project sometimes depends a lot on luck. And also on things that you just don't want to do. Like, I don't know how to fucking do marketing, nor do I want to learn how to do marketing. So it's like, I made, even if I got to the point where I made the end product, no one's gonna want it anyway.
That's my line of thinking. Honestly, that's what's stopping me from doing stuff. I'm just like, I think it's a cool idea, and I'm like, I see it in my head, I see the end product in my head, but I'm like, well, no one's gonna watch it, no one cares.
No one cares about this. Yeah.
And it stops me. But like, along with the luck of the draw, like that just goes back to like our stuff, our TikTok. About the Fire Lord TikTok. It went fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It went wild on TikTok. That netted us a bunch of followers, but that didn't circle back to the YouTube channel. That didn't circle back to the Twitch. That didn't even circle back to like some of our other TikToks that we put out. Yeah. People are still liking that video and sharing it to like this time. But like it's not trickling down. And even on Instagram, people are going crazy for that Fire Lord short, and it's not trickling down to anything else we post. Or like circling back to our other socials. Yeah. It's just very strange that one hit as hard as it did.
You're like, hey, that's good. It's a good one.
It's
Yeah, there's some
good.
other
It's great.
really good stuff too.
It's just
Do you
like
know?
all these people like liking it and share, like even following it and sharing it and stuff, wouldn't like take the time to look at the others. They're like, oh well, maybe this I like this one a lot. Maybe they posted something else. Not even that.
That's man, that's the thing about short form content that's like so I would argue like kind of bad for content creators is that instead of being focused on like, oh, I saw a video from this person, I would like to watch another video from this person. It's like, oh, that was a really good video. I wonder what the next video on my feed is going to be. There's no like, I'm going to go check them out later. It's like, that was a good video. Anyway, it's only whenever you've seen them a couple of times that you're like, oh, right. Like the guy that did the fucking Fire Lord Ozai thing. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, the guy who did the short about his wife farting on her sandwich.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, it was really random. Like I was all excited. I was like, fuck, this thing, like when it breached our top liked video on TikTok and top viewed, I was like, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then like nothing happened from that. And I was like, oh,
no,
it was just random.
Yep.
Right? It was just
random.
very random, real lucky and random.
Yeah.
It's just nothing like that clicks with any of our other stuff, but that video.
Well, and that's the thing is, again, it's random, and you know, could we have like for our other videos, like, could you like do promotions for it? Sure. Could we like, I don't know, pick better topics? Maybe. Could we hire a better editor? No, because our editors fucking kick ass. So like, I don't know what else we could do. But like, and this isn't, by the way, for anybody listening, this isn't like, hey, you fucking, why aren't you sharing our videos? This is just like whenever you start to like do a creative project, it's often so hard to like find the motivation to continue going, because you're like, if you take a look and you're focused on the outcomes, and instead of like just the process of making the thing, then it's like, well, this is hopeless because it's all luck. God damn it.
Yeah. I mean, like, if I was worried, like, no, this isn't going nowhere. We're like 100 and something episodes in, and I think like one of our most viewed videos is like 47 views.
Yeah.
And I would have stopped a long time ago, but I just like genuinely enjoy talking.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of fun doing the podcast as well, but like, you know, it's a good balance of like the effort is not super duper high. I'm not like, you know, I'm not stressed about like even whenever there's a time where it's like, oh yeah, we've got a podcast to put out and we've only got a couple days to do it. Like even then, I'm not like super stressed about doing it because it's like relatively low effort to like record. It's fun. Editing the podcast is not hard. But God, the thought of like, oh yeah, I'm going to start this brand new project, and then one of two things happens. Either your brain goes, oh man, imagine what it would be if this took off, and then every day of your life, every day, all you did is like, you walked in and you like walked into your like home office and you fucking drew a webcomic. Oh, that was so amazing. You only work 3 hours a day. It's incredible. That would be amazing. Or you go, wow, I'm going to spend 60 hours on this over the next month and no one's going to give a fuck.
I think that's another thing. Like, you start doing this, like we started doing the podcast. I'm like, this is going to be great. We're two funny guys, I think. And we're going to put this out there and people are going to listen. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to get popular and we're going to fucking shoot out from the sky. Or like as far as like podcasts go. Because like people like listen to podcasts, but they don't go like crazy for it like right away. Mm-hmm. Like we didn't start like when Trash Taste did, where everyone was inside. Now we started in like a saturated market.
Yep.
But like your brain still is just like, oh fucking, this is it. We're doing it. Yep. We're doing it like we're staying on schedule. Everyone's gonna hear it, and we're gonna have fans. It's gonna be great. And then like we've been doing it for 2 years, and we're still like just normal mundane little podcast.
Yeah.
But like
still having a good time.
I'm still having a good time. It's just like I'm like, well, none of those ambitions that I had in the early stages like popped off, but I mean, it's still cool. We still got time.
Yeah.
You know.
Listen, it only goes up. We're only going up from here.
Only going up from here. You can't stop us. Fucking the sun can't stop us. No one can stop us. I'm a rocket to the moon.
That's right.
But anyway, I think that's all we have time for today.
I think we're at the end. Listen, everybody. We just spent a bunch of time talking about it, so go check out our YouTube at youtube.com/@GoGetUsPodcast, where you can check out our shorts and also the video version of this podcast, which we upload every Wednesday at noon. But if you want to catch it a little bit early, a little bit better audio, you can get it on any podcatcher that includes Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, any of those. That'll come out at 5 a.m. Pacific time, so that you can listen to it on your way to work. But if you want to be in the super know, like you want to be like cool as fuck, then you actually want to go to twitch.tv/GoGetUsPod. Follow that, and you'll get a notification whenever we go live. We go live anytime between 0 and 2 times a week. So fucking get it up, you. We're here. We're queer. We're get used to it.
Get used to it. Exactly. Get used to it. You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mother. Oh, just kidding. But yeah, check out our shorts. Check us out on YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, but all that stuff. Chat, do it. We're all there. We're doing it.
MySpace, Friendster,
MySpace, blue check,
Blue Sky,
Threads,
ICQ, IRC
Shell
chat.
Well.
Hit us up in RuneScape.
Come find our guild on WoW. All of that.
You won't.
And here's what I want. You won't do it. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to grab all your friends, go to the Mojave Desert, and get a gun and shoot geckos.
Okay.
And I don't know, go rob a bank. It was all rigged from the start. Go get him.
That's maybe the weakest go get him of all time.
My string of consciousness, my thoughts, my brain went blank.
Man.
Literally, I started and I was like, and then my brain was just like.
The only thing that's keeping me going right now is the fact that I had a coffee and a sandwich right before this. Like I was feeling like I just wanted to lay on the ground for an hour and have not even be asleep, just have my eyes closed. Work has been a lot. So yeah, I'm right there with you, man.
It's just, I don't know. Like I said, today I was tired. I got to go back to work tomorrow. My brain isn't functioning right now. I can't remember words, no string of consciousness. I had nothing to pull from. My brain just said, fuck you.
Yeah.
And kicked me down the stairs.
Yeah.
And then told me it was all rigged from the start.
Yeah, so fuck you for listening.
Yeah, well, no. Hey,
yeah,
hold
shitter.
On. No, we love y'all.
We love to hate you.
Yeah, go to hell.
Yeah.
No, go to heaven.
Yeah, wait, no, we won't be there, so don't.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, shit, bye.